Hey people, it's Ruby. Today I'm going to talk about X-Men 97 and how much that shit matters to me cuz I started watching the original show and 97 has so much more value to it now that I've started watching the original 90s show. Now 97 is so fantastic because the show ended on a cliffhanger where it got canceled. 97 starts off right where the cliffhanger was and keeps going from there. And the entire show is what things are like after the cliffhanger. And you get to see the whole world evolve into something bigger than what it was in the 90s. Like in the 90s, there was the animated universe, which was very small but big in certain ways. Like the Fantastic Four would hang out with fucking Ghost Rider and things like that. And 97 does things like that, but it's in very small doses, kind of like what all the other shows were like. When they would have someone show up randomly, it would be like a small thing and then they would disappear. That's basically what 97 does, but it sprinkles it out through the end of the season. By the end of the season, you get to see a bunch of people that like you wouldn't expect to see again because they were in the original show and you haven't seen them, or people that are a part of the universe that you don't expect to see. It's really exciting and it makes you think like, holy shit, this universe is big. It's got a lot of stuff to it because it started out with a lot of stuff to it. But the biggest thing that pulled me in the whole time was the serious stories, because I found out that at least most or half of the stories that were used in this season were made by Chris Claremont. And Chris Claremont, if you don't know, basically reinvented the X-Men when they were having a huge slope in comic book sales. And he like reinvented them. He did the whole Magneto becoming a good guy thing, all that stuff. So if you watch the 97 trailer and you see that, that's not a cartoon thing. That is a comic book thing that they're just doing. They do a lot of comic book arcs, but then they change them to fit the cartoon universe. But to get on to some good stuff, the villains, like Mr. Sinister, holy crap, I didn't think Sinister was going to be like that scary throughout the show, but he is a terrifying, spooky force that's in the shadow like for half of the show. And then he comes out and he becomes an even worse threat. And the other major villain, Bastion, he is something else. He's a plotting, crazy, insane mutant that has this agenda against the X-Men. I forget why, honestly, because it's been a while. I watched the show when it first came out, but I remember he has some sort of vendetta, and the X-Men, through the story, are trying to stop him from doing all this. Before I get into the characters, I just wanted to say that the way they start off the show is so gangster because it starts off and then they immediately throw hands on the dude that helped make the Sentinels. Like, the X-Men just don't give a fuck, and they're like, let's go kick this guy's ass. And it's fucking fun. It's really entertaining, and it honestly made me laugh a little bit, like that little giddy fun laugh of like, hell yeah, you're gonna whoop this guy's ass. Besides all that cool crazy stuff, the main thing that I was excited for was to see how the X-Men would be together, because for a lot of people that didn't just throw themselves right into 97, they're going into something that they haven't watched since probably they were teenagers or kids. So they go in expecting to see the X-Men as this big collective, this big, happy, connected family. But during the show, that's kind of something that they try to work around because things are a little broken since the start of the season, and they're just trying to do different things for themselves. Everyone wants to do something different, seeing as time's gone by so much with how things have been. Like, one of the biggest things right away, I think, was Scott and Jean having their kid, because that's something big in the show. Time's gone by, things have happened, you kind of expect, hey, these people are probably gonna have a kid or something, so that happens. There is a whole thing with Gambit and Rogue that goes on throughout the show that's very compelling. There's all these different things, like half of the team trying to deal with the changes on their team. It's all very compelling and very interesting, and I would recommend everybody watch this, because this is exactly how I want the X-Men to be like in the movies. If they're gonna come back, they need to be a team, they need to be a loving, connected team, and they need to work together as much as they can, because sometimes in the books, in the shows, they can't work together perfectly. But a team like this that's been through a lot, that has been together in giant portions of their lives, they know how to work together. I want to see that. I want to see them grow. I want to see them become basically these guys. So that's why it's a perfect show to watch. It's got connections to the old shows from years ago. It's got references to some of the movies, like callbacks and stuff. They got all this fun stuff, and it wouldn't hurt to actually watch it, because basically any fan can just jump into it, because it starts from where it ended, like I said, goes right into it. You don't need to know anything, because the show explains it to you. It's amazing, it's great, and I recommend it. I give it 100%, a 10 out of 10, and I think anybody who loves Marvel needs to give it a watch. But to the people that watched, thank you. I had fun making this. This was fun just to ramble on to you guys. And I hope everyone has a fantastic day.